from the two section 57 students are here. So we have waited for 7 minutes for them. Okay, so let's start it. So the meeting I have called here for discussing the two things. One of the fact is that your assignment in a assignment is going to be provided to you, and that you should have to be completed, should need to be completed by the date of the 7th of this month. And another thing is that another issue there is the course exit survey. There is a course exit survey that you have to do. So the two things we are going to be discuss. The first, let's start with that the assignment. I'm going to be post that the assignment file and the course exit survey both into that the Google Classroom, so you can download it from there, and you can follow it. So let's start the discussions with that the home assignment here. Can you see on screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the first of all that yes, of course, that these are the information is there. So today is the date of 2nd May 2021. So this is that the date for giving this assignment to you, and this is that the submission deadline 7/5/2021 within 11:59 p.m. Okay, and here is some guideline. This assignment is for both sections, section E and F, that we are having. I am having in this semester. So yeah, some guidelines are there. So we should have to be follow these guidelines for completing this assignment. Let's ready. That's what you should have to do. So you say it here, the prepare a cover page of assignment, so that the cover page is going to be included with that the assignment title. On the top, you can give that the university name, and then the assignment title, that semester, that is the spring 2021, and course code, the CSE 347, and course title, that is the computer hardware and maintenance, the course section, that which section actually you belongs to, and then here the student name, ID, serial. So your student, your name, your ID, and your serial. So apart from, you will get your serial number. That is the main reason that I have posted yesterday, that your attendance record. So from there you can find it out that what is your serial number, right?
Yes, sir. Got it.
Right. And also you can check there that out of the total number of classes, how many classes you are absent, how many classes you are present. Okay, and then you should have to be provide your cell phone number. This is really important. Remember that sometimes the instructor need it if there is some problem with your files and all. So instructor name and his designation of in the department, and the submission date, that is must be the 7/5/2021. And here that you should answer all the questions. Actually, we have prepared the 7 questions here. So that all the 7 question answers you should need to be with that the handwritten. Okay, so that the midterm that assignment you have done same way. So here that the handwritten part, yes, the 7 questions you're having. So all that the questions you should have to be write down, and then you should have to write the answer. So you are going to be, for example, you are going to be write this question first. Clarify the following questions. Number 1, clarify the following questions, and now you're writing that question A, and giving that the answer for the question A, and then you are going to be write down that 1B, and write the questions and answer for it. Then going to the question number 2, and similarly. Okay, so serially you should have to be write that the questions and answers in the assignment. And yes, you are going to be use that assignment should be written handwritten, and then what is it, marks allocated are indicated in the right margin with COPO, that is the course outcome, program outcome, and Bloom's taxonomy levels. So this is here actually for each of the questions that your course outcome and program outcome has been given under the cognitive domain, that is actually here has been given to you, that okay, what are the levels are there. So there are 6 levels, and we are having the 3 course outcomes for this course, and we are targeting only that PO1 program outcome, that is your BCSC program outcome. Okay, so you can check that which part actually I mean we are covering with these questions that has been given to that the right margin. So for each of that the question, the CO and PO has been given and the levels are given. And if for each of the questions marks, you can find out that okay, here are the 2 questions, so 2 into multiply 5, you have the 10 marks. So the question numbers and then the scores. Okay, so you are having here, you must sign followed by your name and student ID, and write page number on every pages of your assignment. So this is important because sequentially that the pages, I mean if you're writing that the page number in every pages, then for you it is going to be easy to organize them page by page, and then you can take the photos. You should have to be take the photos. Okay, so here on that, I mean you should have to be do that in every page. You should have to be write your name, you should have to be write your ID, you should have to be give the sign followed by 10. Okay, then you are having the after completing the assignment. So when you are going to be finished with your handwriting that all the question and question answers, then you are going to be take the photos of the complete assignment and convert it to that I mean with the photos that you are going to be convert the PDF file, and then you are going to be rename the file with your class serial number. So again that the class serial number you can get from that your class attendance sheet has been shared or posted into that your Google Classroom. Then you should have to be write down the course code. You should have to write down the course section. For example, that what is going to be the file name. For example, that your serial number is 11. So you're going to be write 11, CSE 347, and your section number section. Similar, same way that you should have to be write that the your I mean rename your file name, and also that when you're going to be send this email to me, then on that time also that the email subject is going to be same. Okay, that your serial number, your course code, your section number. Okay, so similar way that you should have to be give that the email subject, and inside of that the email, that when you're going to be send the email, inside of that the email you should have to be write your full information, that I mean your name, your student ID, your section, your phone number, that is in the body as well, email body. Just write dear sir that the assignment, home assignment has been attached in this mail. Thank you, regards, your name, your ID, your section, your phone number. Okay, so this is going to be that inside of that email. And yes, here we are having that the contact your course instructor through the cell phone number. So if required, so if you required anything to discuss about these assignments or any confusions you have, then you can give me a call by this number. So then finally you are going to be sent that the email to me via this email address. So this is that the email address you are going to be follow, and I already said that what is going to be the email subject, that is going to be the similar way that the file name you have given for PDF, and inside of the email what you're going to be write, that I have already discussed. So the guidelines are clear, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, that's great. So now here that we are having that the 7 questions here, so let's a bit discuss about them so that actually it can help to prepare the answers for them. So clarify the following questions. So show how the instruction cycle process the instruction 0. This is actually 0. I have a bracket, in the bracket I have written 0 so that you do not confuse with that it is O or 0. It is 0. So 0 plus Z. So what is that the Z here? Z is that the your last digit of your student ID. So if your student ID is like this one, again that student ID has not been given here. Okay, so a student ID, if there is a say that 1920 then 2061, so that means that Z means 1 here. So you have to do it for 0 plus 1. If your ID is 18303034, then it is going to be 4. Do you understand? Clear?
Yes, sir. Got it.
So,
Yes, sir.
For this, I mean, you have to
Yes.
find out that which is your instruction to deal with. So that you should have to show how the instruction cycle process the instruction. That instruction you should have to be find out. Okay. So this is how that you're going to be doing it. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Similarly,
Yes,
that
sir.
show how this is from the introduction chapter. Okay. But another thing I can tell you, and show how RAM stores the instruction that results were similar that the way you have find here, that the similar way you have to find here. Clear about the question number 1, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That's great.
Yes, sir.
So now the question number 2 is talking about select one of the best ASUS motherboard of 2021. So there are different motherboards are considered as the best motherboards from the model of ASUS. Remember that here we are talking about that the manufacturer brand is the ASUS. So that you should have to find out any motherboard. There are several best motherboards are in 2021. So you should have to choose any one of them and discuss the following components of it in detail. So discuss the following components. So this is that the list of components has been given here. So for that the motherboard you have selected. So you should have to be give that the motherboard model number and then form factor of the motherboard. So what is form factor? You should have to be tell within few sentences, maybe 3-5 sentences. You should have to tell what is the form factor is for a motherboard, and as well as that you are going to be write down that what is that the motherboard form factor that you have chosen. Okay, one thing I would like to tell you very clearly that please that should need to be actually also into that the guidelines. I missed it out. Please do not share your answers with others because if you are showing share it, then other students are not going to be learned that how to do this assignment. And there is nothing actually in this assignment that actually you need the help from others. But if you have any confusion with anything that when you are doing this assignment, you can contact with your friends. You can ask him that, okay, how you have done it. And that can be the verbally maybe that the explanation can be given that, okay, this way you can do it. But never try to give your file to others. Never try to give your solutions to others, because if you're doing that, then that these are the things is going to be common, right? That okay, the motherboard models are going to be common. The answers can be common. Maybe you'll not be able to change this. So there are going to be several issues will come during that the assignment. And if I can catch that, that you're trying to copying each other, then I think I'm going to be give you 0 without any hesitation. But I don't want to do it. I want that actually you do this assignment by yourself, and then you're submitting it by yourself, and you're not sharing that the file with anyone. So the form factor. So similarly, that the processor socket. So you are going to be talk about few lines about the processor socket. What is that the processor socket is, and what are the types of the processor socket is there, and then what are the processor socket EU motherboard that the selected motherboard has. So this way that all the components, the compatible processor. So for this motherboard, you have selected which processors are going to be compatible with what is chipset, the chipset block diagram for this motherboard you can given, and then the RAM slots, or what are the how many RAM slots, what is RAM slots, how many RAM slots are there, and what type of RAM slots are going to be supporting this motherboard that you selected motherboard. Supported RAM. So which okay, this is that RAM slots, that okay, how many slots are there and why you need the RAM slots, and how many what is going to be that which RAMs are going to be supported on these slots. That actually you should have to be tell. Expansion slots. So there are different expansion slots are there, like that that the PCIe, right? PCIe EX 1632. So that the different expansion slots are there. So whatever the expansion slots you are having into your selected motherboard, you should need to be talk about them. That okay, what are they, and what is that their model, and what is that their features. Few lines within few lines you should have to explain. And then the different connectors, that okay, you are having the different connectors like power connector. It is maybe 24 pin or 20 pin power connector. You are having that the P4 power connector. You are having that the 4 pin maybe the CPU fan connector. You are having that the system fan connector. So you should need to be talk about those connectors now for the selected motherboard. Similarly, that the cables you are having there, like that the maybe the different cables like IDE cable, Okay, so what type of IDE cable is going to be supported onto your motherboard? So that you should have to SATA cable, right? That maybe most of them the SATA cable. RAID SATA sometimes is also available, so you should need to be taught that for the selected motherboard. And then the back panel connectors, so that the selected motherboards, what are the back panel connectors are there, so you should need to be list them, and you should need to be tell one or two line for each of that the back panel connectors. And the front panel connectors, right? So these connectors, what are these connectors are, and what are the use of these connectors, that you should have to be tell for that the select motherboard. Clear? And if there anything else that actually you find that is actually related, right, in the that connectors, then actually you can add. That's why I write here. So is it clear? The BIOS, that okay, which BIOS you are going to be have into this motherboard. Okay, that they should have to be found. So is it clear that how to do this? Question number 2.
Sir.
Yeah, right. So
Yes, sir.
I think you know very much about this, because you have done that motherboard assignment, and you know that the best way to do this assignment is to find out that the manual, right? So that is the clue. You know that already. Okay. And this is the question number 3. This is from the chapter of, this is the chapter from the motherboard you have understood, lecture 2, and this is for the chapter of the processor. Okay, so that here we are giving you a table, and on that table we are giving that the 3 processors as an example, A1, A2, and A3, and these 3 processors are going to be have the clock rate, different clock rate. That you can see 3 gigahertz, 2 gigahertz, and 1.5 gigahertz. And out of these 3 processors, for these 2 processors, we are actually mentioning that okay, what type of processors they are. This one is Pentium hexa-core, and this is the Core i3 dual core. Why we have given for these 2? Because by considering these 2, we are having a question here. Okay, so this is that the CPI has been given for each of the processor, and then you should have to be do this. There are 2 simple maths. You can find it out that different formulas from the internet to calculate that if the processor is execute a program in 15 seconds, so if for that the each processor it's execute 15 seconds, find the number of cycles and number of instructions there. So you should have to find it for each of the executions, that okay, how many cycles and how many number of instructions are going to be executed for the 15 seconds time. And then the second question is going to be if the execution time is 30% reduced and CPI is 20% increase, then calculate the clock rate. So that the clock rate you should have to be find out here. Okay, and the clock rate you should need to be find out there. So it is actually very simple mathematics. If you're looking for that the formula, that you can easily get it into the internet and you can follow. Just you should need to be find out that formula. If you're getting the formula, then you can easily calculate it according to the information has been given in the table. And here the last one, that is the compare and evaluate the performance between the processor A1 and A3. So this is what actually you should have to be look after, that the hexa-core and dual core, right? So that because that the 2 processors are having here, so you should need to be find out that a Pentium hexa-core processor and into internet with the 3 gigahertz speed and also the 1.5 gigahertz speed. Then you are going to be compare these two types of processors. You're compare that A1 and A3, and then you are going to be evaluate the performance. So how you can evaluate the performance? You should have to understand that there are the different cores are there. So we have learned about that the multi-core processors. We learned that the more core we are going to be have, we are going to be get that the more better performance. So how it is going to be? So you should need to be have some study about this hexa-core and dual core processor, and then actually you are going to be able to do these question answers. Okay. So this is a type of a question of analyze, that the C4, right? So this is that analyze. Okay. Clear that what you have to do for the question number 3.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here the question number 4 we are having, that is the from that the primary memory, that examine and justify which one offers better performance, SRAM or DRAM. Okay. So now that, I mean, this is the question, examine and justify. So this is also analyzed. Okay, so what you should have to be do is that you should have to be explain that SRAM design, read-write operations, DRAM design, read-write operation, and then you should have to be go for that, okay, which according to your description about SRAM and DRAM, that which one is better and why you are thinking it. The answer actually can be like, I mean, SRAM is better or DRAM is better based on that the explanation you are giving, based on that the key factors that you have find out, that, I mean, it is going to be this, you are going to be give the decision, okay, and that, I mean, which is going to be offers better performance. So the answers can be SRAM is better, answers can be DRAM is better, answers can be that SRAM and is better for a purpose and DRAM is better for the other purpose. So, I mean, this question answer can be when you're going to be see the justify, right? Anywhere that you can actually have that the freedom that, I mean, with your understanding of that given question, you can actually tell that which one is better and which one is not better, and which both of them, maybe you can give that the clues that, okay, both of them are better. So, but the different purposes. So you should have a, I mean, you should have to be do this job, I mean, by doing some research into that the internet. And I think we are having, we have been done good discussions about the SRAM and DRAM. So with the knowledge as well as some of that exploring things into the internet, you can actually give this question answer. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
That's great. Now the question number 5 is coming. The question number 5 is talking about discuss the different components of a keyboard. So this is a straightforward, right? So we know that, I mean, there are different technologies, and inside of a keyboard, what are the components we are having? So you should have to explain by drawing the figure, that you should have to explain that, okay, what are the different components inside of the keyboard, and when we are pressing the key, right? So how actually it works, that you have to tell. Okay, so that is the next question. Explain step by step working process of it. So this is simply a straightforward question. Okay, so this is all about the understanding. Okay, clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It's quite simple. And the question number 6 also, that here provide the most significant and encounter 7 computer problems. Okay, so there you should have to be find out most significant and encounter 7 computer problems. So you should have to be find out that, okay, there are actually so many problems occurs into the computer problems. That is from the last chapter actually. So we know that actually there are different problems are there, different reasons that the problems occurs. So you should have to be select that the 7 problems, that the most significant 7 problems. So you should need to be explained that, okay, what are those problems are and how it occurs. So you should have to be explained properly. And after doing this, explaining these 7 problems, then you are going to be talk about their solutions. So you are going to be tell that why this problem is occurring, why a problem is occurring, and what is going to be the solution for that. So this is how that the 7 problems and 7 solutions, 7 problems and their solutions should need to be written. Now, then identify the problems, whether it is the hardware or software problems. So what you're going to be do, I think that is going to be good, that if you're writing a problem first, the problem number 1, and you're giving that why this, what type of problem it is and how it is occurs, you're telling it, and then the next point you're giving that, okay, what is the solution for it, or maybe that you can give that, okay, first I think sequentially, if you're giving that problem solution, and then you're giving that the it's a hardware problem or software problem. Do you understand it? So for
Yes, sir.
problem 1, you are giving first that the what is the problem is, how it occurs, and that the problem solution, and then that the I mean it is a hardware problem or software problem. Then problem 2, then you are giving that, okay, what is that the problem, why it occurs, and that the solutions, and then that it is a hardware problem or software problem. This way the 7 problems you should have to be write. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the next question is going to be the question number 7. Point out the importance of physical and digital securities. So this is actually a very straightforward question. that what is the physical securities and why it is important. What is the digital securities? Why it is important? So you should need to be make out good points to understand, and then you are going to be compare them. That okay, I mean, what is the difference between the physical and digital security? So that actually you can do with that as a table. With that table you can assign that okay, what are the difference between that the physical and digital securities. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's great. So these are the 7 questions. So you should have to be answered serially, right? According to the guideline, and this has been given the Bloom's taxonomy. So you can test that which which are going to be that. I mean, which is going to be that. I mean, for each questions that which portions we are actually covering. That actually you can easily find it out from these assignments, and actually you can do this job. So is here any questions regarding this assignment?
Sir, about the submission, since we have time till 7th May, so do we have to send in a specific time for your to-do that you can easily collect? Like
yeah, it is better that if you are sending that the email from that, I mean, maybe that 6 to 11:59 p.m. right? It is going to be better. I mean, if you can do it in the evening, or maybe you can do it maybe before your iftar, right? That is going to be much better for you.
On the deadline, or if I finish, for example, tomorrow, then should I set to?
No. I think that on that day it's going to be better.
Got it,
okay,
sir.
because it is going to be a record.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
And so it is going to be better that you submit on that day itself. You understand that?
Yes,
Do
I
not try to submit it before. Otherwise, that I mean, there are so many risky things if you are actually not following that the given time. It is better that you are giving on that 7th, right? 7th May, and maybe you can give it any time, maybe if after lunch, right? To that 11:59, any time you can give, but that is going to be on the 7th only.
All right, sir.
Yeah, it is betterment. I mean, for you betterment, because otherwise sometimes it happens that I'm receiving so many emails. So if an email is lost, that means that can be, you can be the victim. You understand that? So
Yes,
so it is going to be better that if you're following that from that afternoon time of the 7th May to that the midnight 11:59. Okay.
all right, sir.
But you must have to be your assignment must have to be reached by the given time. That is you should have to be remember. Okay, is there any other questions regarding that your assignment?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, that's good. That's good. So I am closing this.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so that the next thing that I'm going to be share with you, that is the course exit survey. And that is a very important thing. Can you see the Excel file on the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so here on, this is a course exit survey that for this course. I mean, you are going to be get this form for each of the courses that you have done for this semester. So you should need to be fill up this. It is going to be better, I think, that if you can do this with that your assignment, right? So this the file you should need to be separately attached. So PDF file you are going to be attached, as well as this Excel file you are going to be attached while you are submitting your assignment. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
sir.
this is actually quite simple job for you, but you should have to be submitted. If you're not submitting it, then actually you're going to be in trouble, and as well as I'm going to be in trouble, and as well as that the department is going to be in trouble, because this is related to your IUB. Okay, that the IUB, I mean, we should have to be sure when they are going to be, the external will come and visit our department. On that time, we should have to be sure your course-wise course exit survey. So if you're not submitting it, then actually that maybe we are going to be in trouble. All of you are going to be in trouble, and for that actually that is going to be affect on our IAB. signature we have got from the diary, that can be, because of this negligence, we can actually have a problem. Do you understand that? This is a quite simple job. So
Yes, sir.
what you should have to be do is that you should have to be write your name here, your student ID, and your class serial number. So your serial number, you can get it from that what I have shared, the attendance sheet from in the Google Classroom. Again, I am telling that, and that the sections, that which sections you are from. Okay, and that you should have to be write that information. And after that, yeah. So this is that the course you have done. What actually your job is after filling up this, that you should have to be ticked for this the course outcomes that we are having here. So there are this is called the rubies, right? So I mean, there are, you can think like the 5 stars, right? That so you should have to be simply give a tick. There are 3 course outcome we are having. That means you are going to be have the 3 ticks based on your understanding. So what is that? The fact here is that this is that the 3 course outcomes we are having. This simply are here. You can see that explaining that the working of 3 main components of computer, as well as working of motherboard, CPU and GPU and cache memory, SRAM, DRAM, hard disk drive. Okay. So now here on that, just a moment, let me do this job here itself now. Okay, now here on that, your job is going to be just give a tick. That means that did you understand? I mean, this that the CO1. So this is that the course outcome we are having. So we are did we study all these things into our lectures? Did we understand them? So if we understand them, then how much understanding we are having? So that is actually you should have to be given. So if you do not understand, then simply you are going to be give the tick. So you can just, I mean, you can just copy this, right? And if you do not understand, give the tick paste here. You understand that? So if you have the limiting understanding, then give the tick here. If you are adequate understanding, then you tick here. If you have proficient understanding, then tick here. If you have, if this motivated to you, then tick here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That there are 5 options are there based on that one course outcome. So which one actually goes and match with you? So you have fully freedom. Do not think that okay, if I'm giving that no understanding, the sir is going to be angry. No, there is nothing to angry about. That is that the assessment we need, and that is actually that the correct assessment we need. So that actually later on, based on this your assessment, based on that your I mean scores, that we can actually take the further steps. So it is quite important that actually which you are understanding that okay, each of that the CO, the course outcome, that you have understand them or not. We are definitely, we have this, we have covered our course outline. So that all the course outlines is based on this CO, C2, C3, and as well as the program outcome. So that you should have to find out that okay, we have studied this, all these components, all these outcomes or not. If we have completed all the course outcomes, then how much actually our understanding level is. So based on that, you have to give the tick. Get my point or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So that
Yes,
is going to be only your job, nothing else than that. You should have to be fill up that your information here on, and you are going to be read these course outcomes, that what are the course outcomes are, and based on that you are going to be give your understanding level, that how much you have understood. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and after getting this all this, I mean your survey, then I have to be find it out that actually how many ticks are with the score 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the percentage. Do you understand that? That percentage actually is going to be recorded for showing to that the IEV team, that while they're going to be visit our university. Get it or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Got it.
Yeah, so I think that, I mean, if it is necessary, I think it is going to be better that, I mean, there are some students are not here. They did not join the class because maybe that they have some problems. So I'm going to be asked that from that one student from each section. So please, I mean, whatever the discussions we have today, especially for that the course exit survey, that I mean, please provide this informations into that your messenger group. That what you have to do, how you have to fill up this few informations. Okay.
All right, sir.
Yeah, and you are going to be attached this file. Make sure that you fill up all the things that I have asked and attach this file with your email, that when you are submitting your assignment, don't forget.
Sir,
Okay.
after fill out this form, do we need to convert in another
No
format?
need.
Like
No.
all right, sir.
No.
Yes, sir.
It is going to be in the Excel sheet only.
Okay,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah, right. Okay, so I think that the discussions I wanted to make with you, we have done it. So I think if you have any questions in your mind, you can ask now. Otherwise, actually, we can now finish our meeting. That actually I wanted to tell or inform to you that what are the things you need to be do in the coming days. Is there any comments or any questions or any confusions or anything else that in your mind
Sir,
you can tell?
up to now all is clear, but if we get any confusion, then we'll get in touch with you.
Yeah. Okay, sure. And yes, I wish you all the best. Thank you very much. And if there is, I think that, I mean, this is going to be the officially the last meeting with you all people for this course. So thank you very much and take care all of you and wish you all the best. Right? Goodbye.
Take care, sir.
All right.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.